Hey, Writerly Besties, welcome back to the Writing with Anna new podcast where we talk about all things writing. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about how to be confident in your book idea. I feel like a lot of people get kind of insecure and they don't feel confident about their book because they keep asking the question, is my book good enough? And it is something that is really hard to get through and to understand because I have definitely been there. I've, lost confidence in a lot of my projects and I've just felt like, I don't know if this is good enough for people to read, or like, I don't know if this idea is unique enough. I don't know. So, today we're going to be talking about how to actually be truly confident in what your book is. And basically, whatever it is about that you have confidence in that, and that you are actually proud of what you're writing and you know it is of value, of really, really great value. And I hope this episode really helps you just, have confidence in not only your book idea, but also in your own writing and what you bring to the world. So let's go ahead and get started. So, first off, I want to kind of start off this episode by kind of debunking what confidence is and what writing confidence is within your book idea. And honestly, it can mean a lot of things for different people. I think some misconceptions around, is my book good enough? Is my book, worth telling? Is it original? Is my book original? Is the idea like rooted in something that is unique? Is it quality? Does it have quality? Is it truly something that someone can actually learn something from, that someone would be like, oh, that's cool, instead of like, kind of paving it away and like palming it to the floor and be like, oh, that's so cliche, or like, oh, that's so boring, or like, oh, like that's not good. Or is it maybe like, is it your plot? Maybe your plot you think is not good enough. Maybe it's like is it interesting? Like maybe people don't find your book interesting, or you don't think that they do. And maybe it's very niche and something that you don't think a lot of people would like, because maybe it's just about, say a character in their story, and you're afraid that people don't or won't take an interest in that character. Does that make sense? So there's lots of different things that people can kind of link confidence to, and like what it means to be confident within a book, and especially within a book idea. But I want to kind of, just kind of push that all away for a minute and really come back to why you want to write this book, why you think this idea, out of all the ideas you've had for a long time, that this idea stuck out to you. It has to be something, right? Like, it's not like you're crazy. There's something about this idea that you have that's like, hey, like, this is kind of cool. This is kind of interesting. I think I want to write something like this. And I'm going to tell you right now that that little point, that sort of instinct, that initiation of you picking that idea from that big, big hat of all of your amazing ideas, and you just kind of saying, wow, like, and sometimes it comes naturally, right? That is a good indicator that if you like the book, someone else will. I'll say that again. If you like your book, if you like what you're writing, if you find it interesting, other people will feel the same way. I guarantee it. Like, you just have to have faith and confidence within your writing. And I do think confidence definitely does lean into the whole faith thing about your book and being confident. I'm going to be talking about some other things, kind of just like how to, be confident within your book. And I kind of want to just like basically say the number one thing to do is to just write what you want to write. And I think having that freedom of like whatever you want to write, you allow yourself to be interested in your story and to be fully like encaptured and enthralled with what your story has to offer. And through that, you can really know your characters. You can really know your plot inside and out because it's your story. And if you love it so much, you're going to love learning about it. And you're kind of seeing like, the inside and out of your book. And I think, yeah, through that, you will have confidence when you are explaining to people. You won't even just need to, like, obviously, your passion will show through with whatever you're passionate about your book, but also your sort of ideas and your understanding of your book is going to shine through as well. So you're going to be confident not only in, like, the true essence, the seed of the book, the idea, but also what happens in the book. And that kind of leads from that little initiation of that little tiny idea. So, again, yeah, knowing your plot, knowing your characters will help you have confidence in your book. And I guess that's kind of like, yeah, one, write what you want to write, and two, make sure you actually understand your book inside and out. And of course, that doesn't mean you have to plot every little thing, but just kind of understand and really think and reflect upon why you're writing this book and what meaning do you want to kind of give the world. What is the motif of your book, the message? What do you want to tell with this story? And I think it's something that's really fun. I love to do it as well. I like to just think about how the story came to be in my particular projects and just be like, wow, oh, that came from that song, or like, wow, that came from this really interesting experience in my life. And through that, your love will just naturally spring. And then through that love, your knowledge of your book will also come together. So yeah, knowing your book inside out is really important with confidence. However, with that, the kind of, I want to say, flip side is that maybe you came to this episode and you have this book idea, or you've been writing this book idea for a while and you're not feeling confident in it. And I want to kind of maybe debunk confidence yet again. And maybe the lack of confidence, sorry, that you might be feeling is a lack of love or a lack of sort of preparation for this book. Confidence, again, can mean, is it like the quality of your book? Is it like original? Is the idea like something that is going to work? Maybe reflect upon what your story actually is and what the idea kind of came from. If you have been writing the book, or if you have, started plotting it, like really think about kind of if you actually do want to write this book. Some writers really do write just because they think it will be a good debut novel, or it will do well in the market, that people are reading this sort of stuff, but it's not in their heart. So maybe your confidence or lack of confidence is because you have a lack of love or passion for your story. I know that's very much probably not the case in your case, but again, just kind of be careful that you're not writing for someone else, that you are writing for yourself. And within that, yes, I will also say again and repeat that as long as you love your book and write what you want to write, the whole idea of you understanding your book and your plot and your characters will come with time, and you will grow your confidence within your book eventually. I think that's kind of the main thing I wanted to kind of talk about in this episode. However, just to kind of tag along at the end of this episode, since we're coming to the end, is to, oh wait, I just literally forgot it. Wait, give me 1 second. Oh yes, I remember. It is to practice. In terms of book ideas, I definitely have personally dealt with this. And looking back at my book ideas, I'm being like, wow, that's a bad idea. And that's totally okay. I think having ideas, using them, scrapping them, coming up with new ideas, letting it inspire new book ideas, that is the whole point of developing your creativity and your own writing. And I think that's really, really important to think about, because when you have an idea, don't just scrap it and say like, oh, that's a bad idea. Really sit with it. Really think that maybe you can merge that idea with another story idea or the book that you're writing at the moment. Like, don't scrap it. Don't say like, oh, that's terrible. I don't have confidence in that idea at all. That sounds so cliche. That sounds exactly like the plot I'm reading in a book. No, keep it. Keep it. And even if it is truly bad, which I guess in some cases it could be, just know that your ideas will only get better and more original and more precise and detailed and original. Yeah, original. And it is because that you've practiced your creativity, you've practiced your idea making and you've been exposed to new media, you've reading, your different books and watching all these different movies, hearing stories from your parents and your family members, like it is a process and eventually you will get a good ideas. Because again, if you think about a book idea or like just reread a short story you made when you were like, I don't know, 12 years old. And when you were 12, you thought this book idea was amazing. You thought that that story was beautiful, whatever you did. And that's because it was in that moment. And even now, if you don't think it is, it's not good. You can't be confident in that book idea anymore because it just sounds stupid or whatever. It was in that moment. And look back and see how much your ideas have developed and how the different sorts of things you gravitate to has changed. Like maybe you had a lot of different ideas about different fantasy books. Like me, that's what happened to me. And I would always just have like all these fantasy novels I want to plot and create. And now I have gravitated towards more simpler stories, but within those stories, it does have some fantastical elements within them. It's just a evolution, not a complete change. So again, yes, creativity can only grow and your confidence in your ideas will also grow from that. Okay, I hope that made sense. But yeah, thank you so much for listening into this podcast. Again, I want to just say your ideas are amazing. Have faith in your book. Your book is meant to be written because it's within your heart and it's just waiting to be told. So yeah, just like type it on that page and see how it goes and don't be too hard on yourself. Yeah. But anyways, I hope to see you in my next video and I'll see you guys later. Bye.